Nikki. How are you today?
I'm okay. So a little anxious, you know.
Okay. What's making you feel so anxious? Nikki, what are you looking at?
Do you hear that?
No, but can you tell me what you're hearing?
It's the same boy that I saw at work the other day.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about the boy at work?
I work in the I work in the FBI, and I was monitoring the screens, and on one of the screens, I saw the boy. He was being electrocuted, and I was asking people to help him, but no one was doing anything. I was pointing at the screen, saying, "Look, the boy's in trouble," and no one was doing anything.
Why don't you think they were doing anything? Nikki, why don't you think they were doing anything about the boy?
I don't know. He was obviously in pain, and I heard him screaming, and I wanted to help him, but no one else was doing anything.
Mm-hmm. So, based off what we were told, you were in a mild hallucination during the use of your PCP. Do you remember any of that? Nikki, do you remember taking Phencyclidine?
Phencyclidine?
PCP.
I haven't. Not in a while.
Not in a while? When was the last time you remember taking it? Nikki, can you remember the last time you took PCP?
It was about 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago? Okay. And how long ago was this incident at work?
It was earlier today.
Earlier today? Okay. So, Phencyclidine shouldn't have stayed in your system for that long. Do you think you took PCP maybe earlier today before work?
No.
No, you didn't take it earlier today? Okay. Well, how about let's talk a little bit about why you started taking PCP. Do you remember when you first started to take it? Nikki, do you remember when you first started to take PCP?
My first time was 5 years ago when I was 21.
Okay. Do you remember why you first started to take it?
I was starting to come to terms about who I was. I was a transgender woman, and accepting that put a lot of pressure on me.
Okay.
I was in my early 20s, and
Nikki, do you remember anything about when you were younger and the counseling you went to with your parents? Did that maybe play a factor into it?
when I was younger, It always felt a little strange.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who I was, or I guess what I was. And I always had feminine tendencies, I guess.
Okay.
And I was being bullied in school. And when I went to talk to my parents, they didn't accept me at first. They sent me to a
They sent you to what?
they sent me to a therapist, and he specialized in conversion therapy.
Okay. That must have been really hard. Was that a difficult time for you?
It,
Nikki, we don't have to talk about that if you don't want to. Let's talk a little bit more about your recent relapse. So, you had stopped taking PCP when you were about 22, is that correct?
yeah, so about when I was 22 after, I was 22.
Okay, how did you feel during that time when you weren't taking it?
It was good. I mean, I married the love of my life, Casey. I got the job I wanted in the FBI, and things were going good.
Okay, that's really good. Sounds like things started to pick back up. Do you remember what caused your relapse?
It was my job in the FBI was really stressful,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of the people who work there don't really accept or understand who I am,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard being yourself when you're always around people who don't really understand who you are or accept you.
Yeah, so that must have caused a lot of stress and a little bit of anxiety, maybe? Okay. Did the PCP seem to help with that?
It made things easier to handle. It
Okay.
made things a little better.
Nikki, can you tell me a little bit about what it's like to, be on PCP? How does it make you feel?
I get really hot sometimes, and my heart starts beating really fast. And it makes my head get really dizzy.
Okay.
I also feel nauseous on my throat sometimes.
Okay. Okay. And what about numbness? Do you feel numb to anything going on around you?
It helps dull the pain. It helps. Why are you asking me all these questions?
We just want to make sure we can understand what's going on so we can help you the best.
Can you please not raise your voice at me? It's really loud.
I'm not talking very loudly, Nikki. Are you feeling okay right now?
You're just coming at me. I don't know why.
Okay, it seems like you might be getting a little upset. How about we take a break and you pick this up later, okay?